This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty by Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Click, KFC, Muffler World, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, Print Masters, and Sandcastle Bahamas.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Culture.
And welcome to Talking Heads on a Thursday afternoon. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. How is everybody doing today? Hope you're all well. Nice, warm day outside. It's a Bahamian summer. So good to be here with you today. Before we get started, you know what you got to do, right? You got to become a Talking Head.
Here's how you can become a Talking Head. Brought to you by BTC.
36232. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4316, 325-4259, 325-4259, or toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas, 242-300-5720. And if you're too shy to talk on the radio, feel free to text me. I'll read your text. And it's powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796, 422-4796. Cool. Great. You got that under the way. Got all that in black, right? So what's going on in the headlines?
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
PM surplus was way off. April numbers show 2.1 million deficit. PM ICG ruling on climate change is systemic. Policeman charged with rape. Oh, God. Bowleg, JCNP doesn't control John Canoe. They don't come up to rush, John Canoe. What's going on in the business section? Davis touts provisions for segregated accounts companies bill. Bill introduced the Incorporated Segregated Accounts Company, which allows each segregated account to hold a separate legal entity. Local filmmakers outline benefits of Tyler Perry's latest movie being shot in the Bahamas. Who saw that? I only watched the first part when they were checking in. I haven't seen the rest yet. Suncash taking Anglican Diocese school system cashless. So that's what's going on in the headlines. What's happening, everybody? It's so good to be here with you on a Talking Head Thursday. Just 4 days in a row, I feel blessed. I mean, you had me with Z Live from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and now I'm here on my regular stint every Thursday at Talking Heads. It's good to be here with you. I was supposed to have some guests. Members of the JC, they don't show soon. We'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Sorry I didn't get a chance to get them here. Hopefully we can make that happen early in the week. But what's going on, everybody? Big row? Our news editor. So she ain't apologizing. PM said, now, I can be very honest with you. I can be honest with you. I got the impression, based on what I heard during the budget debate, based on what all the touting was done by the government, that there was a surplus now and a balanced budget next year. That's the impression I got. And I came out thinking, okay, and when people saying the math wasn't mathing and all that stuff, and now we put a story out saying the surplus is way off, and they vex. They're upset, and I'm not clear on it, and I don't have a clear understanding. Candia, you could call me if you feel like, it'll be fine. But I don't have a clear understanding, and I'll just read the first part of the story. While Prime Minister Philip Davis reported in his 25-26 budget communication in May, too much applause from government MPs, that preliminary data for the month of April showed a surplus position of $135.4 million the Ministry of Finance newly published monthly fiscal performance report with the final numbers showing that there was no surplus but a 2.1 million deficit in April. That's the impression I get. Same thing with Candia Road is what I got. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, all right, buddy. How you doing today, man?
I am good. I'm good, my brother. What's happening?
All right. I'm doing good, man, buddy, man. I can't complain. Haven't changed nothing. But, buddy, quickly, because, I want to make a point, but since you was talking about this thing, yeah.
No problem. Be open today, so we talk whatever you want to talk about.
All right. I guess I'm hearing about this Prime Minister thing with the reporter and the differences they have, right? But why be upset as the government? Why be upset? Why not just produce the evidence if the person is speaking untruth? Because if they are speaking truth, then you should have no reason to be upset.
Well, we can find out, because one thing I know, the Hansat, which is the official recording of the House of Assembly, you can't change that. The actual video, which is on YouTube and on the parliamentary channel and all that, you can't change that. So we just can see. Now I can say this much about Candia Dames, and I've known her for 30 years, almost that. I've worked with her. She ain't putting nothing in the papers. If she ain't sure, she right. I know that about her. Me and her may have differences of opinion on things. We may have differences of opinion on things, but what I do respect about her is she's an honest journalist, and she puts her stuff. When she write it down, trust me, she got her facts. So this can be interesting
I don't
to see.
know her personally like that, but I feel as if, like, from reading papers and just, just the general opinion I have of her is that she is a professional.
She is. She's well trained. She has a master's degree in journalism.
She's been in the business for time, so she should know exactly, what's going on. I feel as if she reports something, then she has to have solid evidence or whatever.
I
would side with someone like her over the government any day when they trying to dispute what is the truth and what is not the truth. But like I said before, why get upset if you're the government? Why get upset if what she is saying is the truth or what she reported is the truth, whatever it is? Because I'm not sure exactly what it is. I can go look at it later. But why be upset? Why not just say, hey, listen, what the reporter said is incorrect. This is the truth. Or yes, the reporter is correct, and we were off in our miscalculations, and this is our numerical way of misspeaking. That kind of way. But really, the point I wanted to call and say is that thing about the school going cashless, totally cashless, I think that's a bad idea.
Why?
I think that's not good. I think the option should always be for cash. And for me, because it's a religious school, right? It's like a church, right?
It's the Anglican churches. That's St. John's, Michael Eldon in Freeport, St. Anne's. I think they have one more. I think.
Yeah, and for the church, for a church entity to be leading, to do that and be like leading the way into like what is like, could be like, the mark of the beast territory.
I know, man.
I being real with you, man.
No, man.
Cashless, to me, cashless is not a good idea.
Why not? I think
cash should always be the option.
No, it can get to a point. At the end of the day, we ain't gonna have cash, but it ain't like they put nothing on their body and nothing. That's on your cellular phone. So on cash, you just swipe the app and the money comes off, just like using your debit card. So you don't use.
But like I said before, but then there are those of us, Purdy, who are interested in that. There are those of us who still prefer cash. So they should have it.
Hold on, let me.
If you want to go digital for some kind of convenience, or you feel that's better and more safe for you, then that's fine.
Hold on.
But if you don't want to be into the digital thing because you feel as if that's the way someone who lives 10,000 miles away could take all my money from me.
Listen to me. Hear me on this. That's me. These young people today, they don't play with cash. There's debit card or cash. Everything is on their phone. So this can work well. I think it's gonna work well for them. Me or you, personally, I use my debit card, but I always have $10, $20 in my pocket in case I have to do something. But for the most part, I feel safe.
But let me ask you something. Suppose now they accomplish this thing where they get cash completely out of the system.
Okay.
Right, where you are no longer able to trade with cash. Everything is digital.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then we have a cyber attack, like what the man from the World Economic Forum was talking about, or we have some kind of glitch and the system shut down. How are you going to bother? How are you going to buy?
Let me ask you one question. You keep all your cash you own in your entire life in your pocket, or you have it in the bank?
In the bank,
Same thing. So it's the same. That's the same risk.
As a poor man, Bertie.
That's the same risk. To us, that's the same risk you're taking. But you got, particularly with Suncash, they have the security measures in place that pretty much will. Nothing is perfect, but I think they're pretty close to pretty much very protected.
Yeah, but but Pearly, what I'm trying to say is if it's no more cash available, the cash is out of the system completely, Pearly.
That day coming. Believe me, that day coming. That day is coming.
And there's a glitch or a shutdown in the system or some what they call it, EPM strike, electromagnetic, EPM or whatever. But whatever caused the whole system to go down. And then run it. You know what I mean? But what's going to happen? And it's going to be chaos, eh?
I don't know if it'll be chaos. We'll be just like how we was when pandemic had to get locked down. When I say locked down, let me rephrase it.
No, man, but
when I say there's going to be
different because the difference was. You had to stay home.
Yeah, but I didn't.
But
that was a bad analogy. That was a bad analogy.
You were still let out at different points in time to go and buy things, right?
Yeah,
but we're talking about where you could go get something, but you won't exchange.
You used to watch plenty TV. You used to watch plenty TVA.
Pearly, but if you say to yourself,
I hear your point.
Pearly,
I hear you.
But if you say, Pearly,
go ahead.
But if you say that one day that's going to happen, where cash is going to
ain't gonna be no cash, right?
Removed, right? You said it just now, right?
Yeah, I say that one day there'll be no cash.
So you're not going to consider a possibility, Pearly, of what will happen if the system shut down? You're not going to even consider that?
Hear me carefully. That is a possibility. Anything is possible in life. But right now, if the system shut down, be in the same position, because you only got a couple dollars on you. You ain't got all your money on you. Everything on computers, everything via ATM, everything like that. So it will be an issue anyway. So they need, they put security measures in place to ensure that stuff like this don't happen.
Clearly. Would you agree? Would you agree? In a scenario like that, though, but even if you ain't getting money in your pocket, you could call so and so and they call and say, "Boy, look here." But this shutdown catch me at a bad time. I ain't got no money in my pocket. All my money in the bank. Look, let me over $50 until.
Yeah, but ain't nobody.
At least you still could get some money from somewhere.
I got you. I hear your point.
But let me ask another question.
Okay, go ahead.
Would you agree that since we have had this digital system, right? That there's been a great increase in fraud and scamming. Would you agree?
I think we're being more. I think there's been an increase in more scammers trying to do things, but I don't know if it's because there's digital. I think people just get greedy. I know somebody. I'll tell you the story. Somebody called him and say, when refugee camp, and my parents died and left $7.8 million, and I trust you to get it. I want to send it to you. I can have my lawyers contact you, and I want you dead, right? I say, and this actually, be a friend. It happened to me. I can be honest, right? So the person, I said, okay, let me see where this going. So this African voice trying to be British called me and telling me is this. I said, oh, cool, this is so wonderful. I said, what do I have to do now? Where you sending it? Oh, we're going to send it to you, but you got to send us $2,300. I said, what that for? I say, tell you what to do. I say, no. I tell you what to do. Take $250,000. I say, no. Take $500,000 out of the money. Pay that, and you keep the rest. And send me the money. Oh, no, we can't do that. I say, if you're the lawyer, and if you have that in escrow in your account, you could do that and send me the balance. I say, don't play with me and hang up. I had another friend who did that, and he was crazy enough to go ahead and send the people some money. Say they can send him the money. Say they can send him the money via UPS, and I say UPS don't send money; they don't move cash. So if you're greedy, you gonna fall for them things. But if you real, you ain't gonna fall for them. But I got another call away. No, bro, go quick. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Hey, ready, my brother. What's happening?
Why, I was loving that conversation just now.
I know you would like it. What you saying?
Two things people got to realize in this world today, the New World Order, it still seems to be a very real thing. The actual digitalization of your money means that somebody wants to have total control of how you move money. It also leads on to your exact location around the world when this thing happens. There's something sinister about this whole thing. Cash, I don't think they'll ever get rid of cash.
You don't think so?
To be honest with you, I don't think so. Because there are pockets very resistant to that for the very same reasons I mentioned just now. If you know your cell phone, they can track you because you hit the cell towers.
Yeah.
If you notice tablets, same thing.
Yeah.
This is world domination. Somebody wants to know your exact location and control every financial asset you have through the same medium.
Okay.
Watch where this thing is going. That's all I can say.
All right, brother. I can keep my eye open. We can take our first break. This is Pearly on Talking Heads Thursdays here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Don't go nowhere. Coming right back.
As I was walking, multiple services. At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, imaging is what we do. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. Whether you need an X-ray, mammogram, CAT scan, or ultrasound, we have a team of board-certified radiologists on staff, on site, each with their own area of expertise. Results are submitted to your doctor within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
As a local Bahamian bank, we believe that Bahamian businesses are the backbone of our society. At Fidelity, we proudly fuel the dreams of our local entrepreneurs looking to expand. Ready to grow your business? Apply for a Fidelity commercial loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
We're still here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copier leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company, your success.
Hey kids, it's back. The Jeff Rogers Summer Basketball Camp, July 28th to August 8th at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for boys and girls, 5 to 18. Pair and learn from the NBA superstars past and present, including our very own Buddy Hield of the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson of the Dallas Mavericks, former Laker great Michael Sweet Bells Thompson, another great among the point guards back in the day, Muggsy Bogues, and many others. Application forms now at the Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Tonic Williams, Darling Highway. Call 341-4021 or check the website, jeffrogersbasketballcamp.com.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning up. Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud, cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. Everyone's chasing the crunch. Don't be the one who missed it. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's...
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Not even the dance that twist against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh, Jah, and let me stand firm when the weekend.
And welcome back to our Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We got a text. Pearly, when it goes, all purchasing privacy will be removed. When you buy a pack of protection, they will know. Well, okay. I've been getting some texts in reference to some of my colleagues' other shows. I'm not going to read the text because I'm not going to criticize what another show host does. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to start a fuss or war with any of my colleagues because we all work for the same entity. I may disagree with them, they may disagree with me, but I'm not. So please, I'm asking, leave my brothers and sisters alone. Don't text me because I'm not going to read it. Okay, please. I want us to make sure that we have a good show, and we talk about what's pertinent to the Bahamian people. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Bruce.
Hey, what's up?
Boy, if I tell you what's up, you might talk it, but I called you to commend you on your honesty, your truth, and your integrity. Let me qualify why I say that. Because several times when you were on the show, some opposition callers call and say, oh, GNN ain't what he talking about, the Fresh Creek Bridge, or this other caller, he ain't that, and he ain't that. And you said to them, no, I can't let you get away with that. I know GNN a little better than that. I think he can lie on the other callers, right? So I called you to thank you for that, right?
Thank you, my brother.
Now,
I appreciate your confidence.
I 7-0, because everything I call to, Grammy tell me don't lie, Billy. You understand me? Grammy say don't lie. And I can't say it as good as 52 or C. Allen has put it, but I can get my point across.
Okay.
Now, I called the show the other day you was on talking about the JCNP.
Yes.
I am a Valley.
Okay.
But I ain't no bias Valley. I up the middle and I'm a nationalist.
Oh, so
I know FNM and I know PLP.
So you ain't way forward or you ain't 58, you just in the middle.
When come time to do, I take the middle.
Okay.
Now, I told the nation the JCNP has gone rogue. Oh, the pundits ain't want to hear that. Oh, yeah. I say, listen to me.
I listen.
The leadership of the JCNP has gone rogue for the things what they doing. They take Mama Little Comfort and soda for practice in the community. They ain't want that happen and all kind of things. So that's how Mama them is make their little 50 cents to send their children to school. You understand? If that ain't going rogue to me, I do. Oh no, the FNM and the PLP, Trevor Davis and Brave. Well, I got news for the nation. You know who dropped the content last night? Squash the JCNP.
I listen in.
You know, Billy?
No, I don't know. They were supposed to. I invited them to come on with me. They have not. I have not heard anything. They've not answered my calls today. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So I'm in the dark.
Well, I ain't think you in the nation hear much from them no more. Cause guess who dropped the content on them last night?
I listen.
The King of Junkanoo.
Who?
Who's the King of Junkanoo?
See, it depends on who you put for. Well, up.
Play Steve Bowler Francis. Now, he ain't no FNM party or no PLP party. Because he found out that the JCNP was not leveling the leadership with the group members. And last night he went in there with probably 5 or 6 groups on his side. And by the time they left that meeting, all 6 of them groups was on the other side. They was for the authority. Behemoths, CNN always tell you all, take your head out the sand. Investigate things before you come emotional to the radio. Thanks, please. She's a call it your name or not. Thanks, please, for taking GNN call.
No problem, GNN. All right, take care, my brother. Interesting. But I'm gonna wait to see what it said. I just want to give the listening, the payment public, the facts. I want them to hear what side, because my intentions was to talk to the JCNP today and then ask the minister if he'd send somebody from the ministry on the next day so we could have a fair and balanced conversation about it. But, I about to be like Kermit, get my tea. Well, I'm a coffee drinker and sit back and watch and see what's going on. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't make much noise about that if they don't want to talk, or if they can't, or whatever. I'll wait. It is in the consultative stages, and I've read it. Yes, I read it this morning, actually, and I will make my comments in appropriate on the website when they ask for the consultation. We got another caller, Mr. Producer. Call you on there. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon. The one who almost went to sack, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Great, listen, Philly. If I own a Junkanoo group, you cannot tell me but all Junkanoo practice cancer. That don't go like that, you know. Junkanoo is a culture that Bahamians love, and it belongs to the Bahamian people.
Yeah, but each group...
You can't say you canceling this.
Who's you? Who's you?
That don't go that way.
Who's you?
Hello?
Listen to your phone. Don't listen to the radio.
Yes.
Turn your radio down.
Okay, sorry. Hold on, let me...
Turn it down.
Hello?
Okay, now you say you. Who you mean? Are you referring to the JCNP?
Yes.
But you hold on. You do know that JCNP is made up of the leadership of all the Junkanoo groups?
Yes, I know that.
So all groups are represented on the JCNP. So each group, if they say that that's what they can do, that's what each group has voted for, 17-1, I understand, and agreed that they will not do that. So if the groups decide they want to rush that on them, they decide they want to rush.
Yeah, but Freddie, if I want to hold a Junkanoo practice, how could you tell me all Junkanoo practice cancel?
They only said we agreed, and all groups, if Roots, if Valley, if One Family, if Saxons, all them ones, if we have no practice, it ain't no practice. Last night they were supposed.
Rep? That may be the opinion of your rep.
No, but the rep represent the groups. I'd be sure the rep will talk to the membership of the group and find out what they feel. At least the majority of them. It is a democracy.
Yeah, it is. But Bahamians love to rush.
But last night they were supposed to have a rush out.
The government has to be a partner.
They were supposed to have a rush out last night, and it didn't happen.
Well, from the get-go, when the two Wally boys had a row, the JCNP was out of order for getting into that.
No, they were not. They were not. The JCNP runs the Junkanoo Parade, so they have a decision to make based on their rules. I personally think the government was wrong to get in that, or whoever got in that. That should even go to court. That's something they should work out on. Them two groups should have a...
I don't think that's on the government, you know. Only thing they need to do is let them two iron out, allow everybody to rush. That's all it is, because culture belongs to everybody.
I see, as a purist, I understand what you're saying. Yes. I understand what you're saying, but understand this. If Genesis had to come one way, if other groups had to enter to get on the parade one way, all groups must do that. Don't just say because they haven't big route, let them. No. The rules say you come as a show group, as an exhibition group, and get your numbers, then you come for prize. That's the rules. See, the good thing about the rules now.
Genesis thing in.
No.
Genesis was an experiment. You all ain't sure Genesis had the experience.
But they rushed. They fulfilled the requirements that was given by the rules of the JCNP so they could get on Bay Street. They came as an exhibition group. They demonstrated that they had the numbers and they were allowed to come on. And that's how some groups got penalized for not having 250 plus one rushes.
Right.
That's the rules. And see, the good thing about it, let me say this last piece, and I get to this. The rules are written by the groups and agreed to by the groups. They the ones, not the government, not anybody else other than the groups all get together and we say, from now on, you can't use no white paper. That's the groups agree to that. That's the rules. But the rules say you have...
amendment of rules. That's all I think.
They meet every year and amend the rules. Every year after parade, they have a meeting and go to the rules and see where they need to tweak it. And that rule has been a rule in place then.
Have a good day, buddy.
All right, brother.
Take care.
See, you got to go by the rules. And if that's the written rules, then that's the written rules. I may not like them, I may not agree with them, but that's what the rules are, and you got to follow them until such time and you change it. That's the rules. When I in 2014, when the IAAF World Relays came in, they give you this big thick book, the manual on how to run the World Relays. And I looked at it and I said, man, you should be able to do this better. And you know, the guy told me no. I said, what you mean? He says, we're not saying your idea is not a good idea. We're going to go through the rules for these relays. And then afterwards, we will sit down and look at how we could better tweak it and look at what suggestions you made. And that's how they do it. How you doing?
Belly.
Yes, sir.
Grab me, boy. You ain't listening to nothing I tell you, eh?
What happened, man? What you mean I ain't listening to nothing you tell me?
Yeah, obviously, you ain't listening to nothing. Chef Mizik was right just now. He was correct.
What was Mizik right about? Hold on, right. What was Mizik right about? What was he right about?
Hold on, I can tell you, but do you know the meaning of the word rogue?
I know what the meaning. I know what it means. Very, very much so.
Because you're saying because the on represents the groups, whatever he says goes.
I did not say it's goes.
He was doing things without the censorship of the groups. That's what I was trying to tell you.
So let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question. You telling me Dion is making all the decisions by himself?
Most of them. With the one with the two Valley boys. So Chef was right.
That ain't what
the name does not come before the JCNP. That's a court matter. So what he should have done was either allow both groups to rush until the court matter was over, or don't let them rush.
That's your opinion.
He took the side
that's your opinion. Because the
rally?
JCNP say once you have your TIN number, you rush. And they had their TIN number that was registered with the JCNP. Simple as that.
That was not the reason why. He said, because I already have the Valley Boys registered. How he know which one was the real Valley Boys? Well, let me tell you, Trevor and his grouping and the 4 living founding members of the Valley Boys are with Trevor, Christy, Rusi Cadet, Kala, and Whitey. They're over there. You can't tell unless you let the courts dig further. The name Trevor also, by way of the courts, the last set of courts, has the name.
But anyway, listen to me, Grammy Boy. I want you to listen to me carefully, Grammy Boy. It's still in the it's still at the appeals court level, correct?
I hear you.
It's at the appeals court level. Am I correct?
Yes, the application is at the appeals court level.
Me and you can differ. Me and you could agree to disagree, and me and you can route. I can still love you at the end of the day. I still can love you at the end of the day, but the bottom line is, let's see what the court's saying. Once the court rule, however the appeal court's rule is what can happen. Simple?
Well, the only thing could happen now is the court could take back the name from Trevor them, because Trevor them has the name.
Well, we can see what the court say. We can see exactly
but that boy going rogue, man. Listen to me.
I hear what you say. I see. That's your opinion, and that's you saying. Until I see something else to tell me that, I can't say that's what it is, bro. That's what you tell me. And not that. And listen to me.
Obviously, he says,
I ain't saying I believe you now, because I know Grammy Boy don't lie. But
obviously,
I gotta wait to see.
The factions and them was on board, but I hear Wallace shut that meeting down last night, buddy.
Well,
shut it down.
So I
don't know who was talking.
So you wasn't there then?
Yes, I was there by
you tell me you hear
electronics.
Okay, I hear that. All right, Grammy Boy, thanks. We can take a break. When we get back, we have a little more discussion before we get into the 5 o'clock hour. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Talking Heads. We'll be right back.
Bad ways and we bad pay. I don't care what nobody say. We got bad ways and we bad pay.
Long day? Hungry crew? Say less and satisfy everyone with KFC's Summer Buckets. Grab a super summer bucket and get 8 juicy pieces of fried chicken, 8 nuggets, corn, our new white rice with 4 buttery biscuits, 4 Switcher Pink lemonades, and 4 dessert biscuits. So whether it's on the beach, at home, or chilling with the crew, KFC's Summer Bucket starting at just $20. Bring all the flavor. Summer with KFC. It's finger licking good.
Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700, 200,000 in cash and prizes, with winners on different islands. Collect! Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700, you could win free bears, take a spin. I pop mine and show Marie God, I pop mine and home comedy looks with free bears and I go in and just check your cap, you go grab my collect! Pop the top with collect, check your cap by 700, you could win free bears, take a sip and collect merchandise, mother says. Drink responsibly, boy.
Fly away with me through the Bahama Keys.
Tired of the hustle and bustle of Nassau? Fly away to the Family Islands with our fly-free offer for Bahamian residents. Stay at any of our hotels for 2 nights and get a round-trip ticket for free. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
My Bahama land, yes, my country. Come fly away with me.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
got bad ways and we bad pay. I say we got bad ways and we bad pay. I don't care what nobody say. We got bad ways and we bad pay. Now to most of you, this is no news, as most of us have been abused by so-called friends and family too. You know that what I say is true.
And welcome back to Talking Heads on a Thursday afternoon. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's so good to be here with you. So good to be here. Let's read a couple of texts. Wasn't there two colors Junkanoo groups? So why can't they have two Valley groups? I didn't get it. It could be simple like the colors conflict, just have two Valley groups. One have to be spelled differently, boys, B-O-Y-Z, and B-O-Y-S. Interesting. Let's see. Pearly, please investigate Grammy Boy for a non-Junkanoo fella. He have plenty to put out in the public. Grammy Boy is a Junkanoo fella. Now I ain't gonna let you say that, but he's a Junkanoo. They put pinned out into the saga. The chef, and the chef, and the Grammy Boy is sore losers and way forward sneak and try to capture the Valley name only because the Saxons and one family is sawing the Valley Boys. Gus Cooper is so sick of them. Genesis is coming, Grammy Boy. Boy, I just keep politics out of Junkanoo. That's all I have to say. Just keep politics out of Junkanoo. So that's all I want to say about that, you know. You know, it's not a good thing when you start to muddy the waters, when you bring Junkanoo in, when you bring politics into Junkanoo like that, or you get in a row like that. I don't like that. That's not good. And while the Joe public or the average member of the public may not understand what they love Junkanoo, but don't understand what these brothers and sisters go through to get onto Bay Street. The sweat and the pain and the anguish and the away from their families and don't you know how many of them have not seen a Christmas dinner ever? Like sit down like a family for Christmas dinner because they trying to battle to get onto Bay that night? You know how many of them don't be with their families for weeks, top of weeks, because of their dedication to this craft? I respect Junkanooers more than anything else because I know what they go through. I tried it. I did it. I love Junkanoo for the role I play right now. I love Junkanoo for the role I play right now. Because I respect what those men and women go through, the practice sessions, the working out, the sitting there pacing costumes, tightening up because it hurt because you're pacing, your neck hurting, your legs killing you. Not just to get on Bay. That ain't rushing yet. And then you battle down the boulevard. You come up Bay Street, you come down Shirley, you come up Bay, you go down Shirley again. For hours, and they tired, gotta sleep for days afterwards. You gotta respect that, man. You got to respect that. What they do. I sat in the shack and I watched what they do. I've paced. I helped build costume, build skirts, build hats, build shoulder piece. And I enjoyed it because it wasn't something I had to do straight through. So when you see these brothers put their heart and soul into Junkanoo and they get emotional about Junkanoo, we got to respect that. We got to honor that. So that's why I just want it done the correct way. If the Junkanoo Commission is what we need, don't cut out the JCNP. Don't make it a government thing that they can control it all. Then the bureaucracy kicks in and all of that, and the nepotism and the victimization and the politicization of it. No, let's stay that out. Let's keep our culture solid. Let's keep our culture solid. I like the role that the Ministry of Youth and Sport plays now, and in promotion of Junkanoo, in supporting the JCNP and supporting the Junkanooers. I like some of the things, and the time I read it, I like some of the things in it. I just don't like them taking over the parades. I watched the chairman of the gotta be there from in the middle of the day and don't be there like full 24 solid hours and don't get to sleep and walking tired. I gotta sit to that table and read the results at the end, and they tired. Just the fellows who work in the judges, the crew that come there, they gotta be there from early. And you gotta put all that together and make sure the tally room people who sit there all day or all night into the morning, into the next day. I know what the work they put into it, man. We can't disrespect them, and we got to deal with this in the proper way. And I hope in the consultative part of it, that the government hears what the public says and hears what the people say and take what the stakeholders say. Don't say you can be consultative and you still can push it through because that's what you want. What if the whole country said we don't want that? We want it the way it is. What you do then? What do you do then? Caller, what say you? How you doing?
Yeah, what's poppin', Burley?
Hey, what's up?
I ran a tinfoil hat, okay? But, yeah, Burley, I don't agree with no one kidnapping Junkanoo, you know what I mean? I think Junkanoo is bigger than me and you and or any non-governmental entity, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, really and truly, you know, when I hear the music, you know how Burley, like, I don't know about you, but like when I go on Bay Street, most of the times I go with the children, right? But, you know, like, when I reach, as I approach Shirley Street, I don't even have to reach Bay Street. I just start smiling. Like,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but if you...
Yeah.
Like, I just be smiling, the music,
the
dance,
joy.
But Junkanoo's nothing without the ladies and the choreography.
Yeah.
There's nothing without the drummers. And, you know, but I mean, you know, when you listen to Junkanoo, like, I think Junkanoo is therapeutic for me.
Yes.
And you, with the kind of age we are.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying, Burley? I mean, really and truly, man. I enjoy the parade. Sometimes I stay till they fall. But, you know, if my legs hold up, because even though I go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But I called to, you know, Clint had called you and he was talking about debit card and the digital paradigm and all that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
But this morning, what I wouldn't like to say, but, you know, I'd asked Dwight if he ever heard about the World Government Summit. I don't know, can't remember what he said. I think he might have said no. What happened is now, you know, everybody renovated school and they studied this and they studied that, right? But the new moral world order exists. There are thousands of quotations and there are thousands of things going on right now from external entities influencing the way you and I live. One is the digital model. You had the financial experts, I think Garvin, but everybody was on. Nobody agrees with a totalized cashless model. And if you do, you are embracing your own enslavement in profound thing back. I don't care who the person is. I don't know if they know the global agendas, but everything is about control. And you said that they will eventually achieve it because that is what they want. And then for you and I, you're older than me, big brother. So what you have to understand is the infatuation with the electronic devices, the phone, et cetera, it's all incremental. All of a sudden, everything needs to be done on the phone. But you don't see most people, even like in the Brave New World, you know, the book in detail explains, you know, that we will love our servitude. You see me? So I urge you to read these things, Burley. You can't walk into things, but I glad my parents gone. Soon I'll be gone.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm 60 and you know what I mean? I don't care how much you run or you exercise. You still got to meet the maker.
Yeah.
All right, so these people, you listening?
I listening.
Technology, forget God made us, and we imperfect. And our bodies become imperfect because of the defilement. Now, let me bring God into this. And I will see all of us listening to call and talk about it tomorrow, but in the what Clint was talking about was, he called it a cyber 9/11 attack, right? But I knew about these things from like about 2000. James Corbett was talking about these particular models, and then there was something to counteract it called dead drops, etc. See, Alan could explain that better than me. I don't want to go down that model.
All right.
But what I want to say is, I want to tell GNN, Chief Stinking Ghostskin, keep up the good work. You don't worry with people. Keep your convictions, whatever it be, because they said the same thing about me during the pandemic. 52 didn't know what he was saying. He's not a doctor. I don't have to be a doctor to have common sense and acknowledge the truth.
Uh-huh.
You know, Marburg disease came out of a lab in a place called Marburg, Germany. Ebola came from monkeys. All these things are global impositions. AIDS is a man-made construct. And as I say that, I say it boldly because I know. And so I don't care what people think because there's documentation proving things that I say. So now, you ask Clint Rasta a question, if he's keep is money in the bank. Yes, I keep money in the bank. I keep money in the credit union. I'm trying to do something by the post office collectively. But I'll tell you this, and I'm not a rich person. I'll tell you this. Cash is what I have in the bank. I keep cash because the pandemic scared me. And then you saw the blue-eyed bullfrog, Justin Trudeau, who I don't know, implemented a system. I mean, they attacked the truckers' GoFundMe. All of a sudden, the truckers' GoFundMe was frozen digitally, and they was not able to spend their cash. So that doesn't frighten you, along with geofencing, et cetera, the whole digital model. We know that it is better with the symbiosis that we see now. You could use cash and you could use cashless. So once a mindless idiot believes that the cashless model is the way to go, then he's an idiot. And he's worshiping the beast, and he can't see where it's headed, and he's being misled. And that's my new word for the day. And so I can't go along just to get along with conformity, and which can equal arseninity. For me, I speak. That's what I express it myself. And thank you very much, Pearlie, because what I'm saying is humanity is being enslaved from the cradle to the grave, because my son now is engrossed in phones, and I have to try to interact with them to find things to do with we used to do when we were small.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So we can't turn a blind eye when technology, and then we see the totalitarian governments emerging over the world, and we see the power and the contempt with which government teaching the people now. So what you think, but when they really implement these digital cashless models, it's all about panopticism started by Technocracy Incorporated and Silicon Valley in conjunction in order to be like God, be all-knowing. There's something called silent weapons for quiet wars. I want you to go and look at. I told you guys to look at the Iron Mountain report. Now, Pearl, you see where they're ready to implement laws and consequences for not following climate mandates?
Yeah.
Man can't solve this climate change. I don't know why you all believe man can solve it. You know what mankind's greatest problem is right now, Pearlie?
I'm listening.
Different from lack of spirituality, getting rid of waste.
Getting rid of waste. Interesting. Oh, you lost him, mate. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, Pearlie, what's happening?
Hey, ready, my brother. What's going on?
Hey, Pearlie, honestly speaking, man.
I listening.
What 52 is beyond, man?
Leave 52, man. Leave 52.
I mean, man, no, man. That what 52 is beyond, though. Wait.
50 is very deep, brother. That's all. Very deep.
Yeah, but come on, man. Pearlie, man. Nigga gone all the way cyberspace just now from Junkanoo. What the sick?
He's a good brother, man. You don't like what 52 saying? No? Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, Pearlie, how you doing?
I'm good, my brother. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm listening to this Junkanoo.
Okay.
You know, I listen to the Junkanoos like GNN and stuff like that, but I don't know what they're dealing with. You know, I really believe the Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture need to tone it down a bit.
Okay.
You really need to tone it down. It seems as if
little rough on the crew, eh?
Not so much rough. You know, we all are men, but the bottom line is he thinks he's talking to some children. You know, see, the thing about it is, okay, just say the Junkanoo Corporation, the GNC, don't own Junkanoo. Does the government own Junkanoo?
The people of the Bahamas own Junkanoo.
The people are not even, and the majority of us still own it because we don't rush. The Junkanooists own Junkanoo.
Well, point. I'll accept that.
You'll accept that?
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Yes, the Junkanooists.
They're the ones who put their heart, soul, and blood, sweat, and tears.
To risk their health and things to be rushing around Bay Street for 2 laps. Gave it a person who own Junkanoo, not the Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture. And the sad reality is, okay, just say all the Junkanooists would have come together like the 1958 general strike, and they decide to sit out. What could the Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture do? Doesn't he still have to come off his high horse and go and talk to these individuals?
Yeah.
I mean, these people come into the office and they just carry on like they don't understand how protocol works and what have you. He should be thanking those Junkanooists for saving the culture, you know. What about the sponsors? I mean, you just can't just come in and just bulldoze your way through and telling big grown men and women they have to sit small or, you know, the minister is totally out of order.
Thank you so much. I hear you, brother, loud and clear. Loud and clear. That's it. This hour's done. Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We can take a news break. When we get back, we can talk sports. They got a special guest coming in. We can talk a little bit of baseball as well. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, a Talking Heads Thursday. We'll see you right after the news.
But I know that if we had lost in 71 too late, we would have been independent since 1960.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Collect, KFC, Muffler World, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, Print Masters, and Sandcastle Bahamas.
Livingston, Josiah JP. Can you mind Livingston, Josiah JP?
And welcome back to a Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This is your boy Pearly in the house. It is so good to be here with you. We're going to talk some sports now. And I have a special guest. And I always like when there's a pretty lady. I want to welcome my special guest, Ventia Ford, daughter of one of the greatest baseball players that this country has ever put out, Ventie Ford. I remember as a little boy him pitching his first game for the Atlanta Braves. Comes from a long line of athletes in the Ford family. Ventia, welcome to Talking Heads.
And thank you, Mr. Thompson, for
Please call me
here.
Pearly. Please call me Pearly.
Mr. Pearly.
Just say Pearly. You don't have to say Mr. Pearly. I'm only about a year older than you, you know.
It's just out of respect. But good afternoon, good evening, Bahamas. Ventia Ford here.
So we have the Ventie Ford Foundation, and you have a big event coming up. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. So the Ventie Ford Sports Foundation is a nonprofit organization that I established about 3 years ago.
Okay.
The goal is really to have an after-school program that will run during the academic school year, also provide kids the opportunity to learn a sporting discipline. Starting off with baseball is ultimately my goal, and then branching off into other sports because kids are not, some kids prefers other sports than others, and they develop differently. But to get the foundation up and going and the name out there, next week, Monday, July 28th to August 1st, we will be running the first annual Ventie Ford Sports Foundation camp called the Winners Camp.
Okay. And where is it held? And what's the camp all about? Just a baseball camp, or it's an open?
Well, so it's a sports camp.
Okay.
Okay. It will be held at St. Agnes.
Okay.
It will run an academic morning and an athletic afternoon. So the academic is of science, technology, engineering, arts, math, incorporating all of those disciplines together, and then also teaching some leadership activities, instilling some positive mindset activities for the kids in the morning.
Okay.
And then we'll run into the afternoon, the athletic afternoon. This year, I opt to go with baseball and softball just because it's the easiest sport for me.
Okay.
Plus, it was the sport that my dad played.
Yeah, and you too.
And me too, and softball also. So it's
Yeah.
it's a very easy sport,
Yeah.
but ultimately it's just not baseball. It's open for all kids ages 7 to 13.
Okay.
You don't have to know how to play baseball. You may just have a kid or child that might be interested in just maybe trying the sport.
Okay.
For the first time. There will be kids of all different skill sets. You just have to come with open mind to play and to learn. And there will be a lot of fun games and activities besides just drilling baseball.
Okay. And the date again?
The date will be Monday, this upcoming Monday, July 28th to Friday, August the 1st.
Okay.
And it will be open for 100. We'll be closing. Tomorrow will be the last and final day, Friday, for all kids to register.
Okay.
You can go on site to the Wenty Ford Sports Foundation. You log onto the website. That's the website.
Wenty Ford Foundation.
Sports
Foundation.
Correct.
Say it again.
Wenty Ford Sports Foundation.
Okay.
And there will be a link there that says Winners Camp. All of our kids, I refer to them as winners because every kid that comes to this camp will be a winner.
Okay.
That's the reason why I name it the Winners Camp.
Wonderful.
Because I want to instill positivity
Okay.
with all of the kids. So you can click there. If there anyone that's having an issue filling the registration out online, you can go to Windsor-Arlene to the Ford Breakfast, which is open Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
But again, registration closed tomorrow. You can fill out a hard copy of the application form there.
Okay, so if they can't get it online, they can come by Windsor-Lane to the Ford Breakfast tomorrow.
Between 7:30 and 11 a.m.
Okay, and they can get that done. They can fill it out there.
Correct.
Okay. Is there a phone contact that they can call if they have any questions? Or?
Yes, absolutely. So that number is 956-780-6100. Once again, 956-780-6100.
So if you have any concerns, you can WhatsApp that number, and they'll be happy to answer questions for you.
Absolutely.
So once this is finished, what is next?
So ultimately, I'm still trying to, which has been a journey for me over the last 2 years, and trying to find a location here in the Bahamas, in a community where, again, kids can come after school. So finding a location that I can possibly lease or rent, or even just renovate where I can have this after-school program. So in there, while I'm still searching for that, I will be running different camps like this throughout the year, maybe every quarter. I plan on doing some event. I am planning an event around Thanksgiving for the kids. That will be sometime in November, and then also possibly Christmas, the Christmas time. But again, I'll be updating as we go. I'm working on a lot of different projects going.
So how has the registration been going so far?
So far the registration has been going really good.
Okay.
We're almost at the number that we need to be. We have a few more spots available. So I want to get all of those spots filled.
Okay.
I think it's going to be I know.
Okay.
It's going to be a great opportunity for the kids. I'm bringing a team from Houston with me that will be assisting me with overseeing the camp. We've been working over the last couple months putting together a curriculum, the academic curriculum, the athletic curriculum, just so that the kids of the different age groups, we want to make sure everything is age appropriate for each kid so that they can have a good time too. It's not just all book, but a little bit of book, fun, but also instilling some positivity.
Okay. So let's go over it one more time so we need to make sure that everybody gets the information. It begins on Monday.
Correct. Monday.
Goes for the week.
Correct.
They have until tomorrow. How late tomorrow they can apply online?
Okay, so online I'll have the registration open until 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
6 p.m. tomorrow. After that, it will be deactivated.
Okay. So, and do they get a response immediately when they apply, or they have to wait to hear from you?
No. So once you register, that's sent directly to me. You should get a reply that will tell you thank you. And then on Sunday, I will reach out. Everyone will get a reminder about the event coming up on Monday.
Is there a fee?
There's no fees.
Free.
There's no fees associated. As I mentioned, this is a non-profit. Most of it I've invested myself, but I did have a lot of sponsors out there that did actually assist with this. For example, here, Coca-Cola provided hydration drinks for the day, for one day. I do have Sunny Haven, Gibby, that's also chipped in. And then I have also, too, back in the U.S. where I work, in the McAllen, Edinburgh area. I do have to thank a lot of my colleagues. And if I go, it's quite a few. I don't want to miss anyone out.
You miss one, that's it. Right?
Then that's an issue. So I'm very grateful for the staff and all of my friends back in the Rio Grande Valley, Texas.
Okay, tell me about where you live.
So I live in Edinburgh, Texas. I've been
Okay.
there for about 13 years. I'm an advanced practitioner in obstetrics and gynecology.
Oh, you're a doctor.
So in women's health.
Okay.
I've been doing this for the past 7, going on 8 years.
Okay.
I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. But then again, as passionate as I am about my career, I'm also passionate about instilling good moral values,
Yes.
investing in the youth. Also, academics is
Yeah.
huge
Yes.
for me.
Very important.
That's the reason why you see I'm the camp itself.
which
Academics,
is
because
important.
they both go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You cannot be successful in athletics without the academic component.
I always tell the athletes I know, I said, your legs, your arms, your body will get you there, but it's your brains that will keep you there. And you're only one ACL or meniscus tear away from not being able to play anymore. So get that degree, get that academics in, because that's what you're going to fall back on at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. And just even to be able to go off to university,
Yes.
You have to have the grades. If
Yes.
you can be the best athlete here, but if you do not have the academic part of it where it needs to be, then you don't move, you don't succeed. You're not able to advance out of your community. You're not able to contribute back to your community and your country.
And so, I wasn't going to let you tell this story, right? But I decided I'm I'm going to allow you to. Oh, I don't believe I'm going to actually let you do this. But anyway,
Okay.
you're from Kingsway Academy.
Absolutely, proud Kingsway Academy Saint.
And you followed in your dad's footstep. You were a pitcher.
Absolute, yes.
And you were the you were the only pitcher to no hit the Sockers.
That's correct.
And
As a junior.
As a junior.
As a junior.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
And you're able to win a couple of championships.
Yes, our first Kingsway Academy softball championship I pitched as a junior. And I think that year we swept St. Augustine's College, the Big Red Machine.
You're going to rub it in even more
Junior,
now, right?
the junior girls and boys, and the senior girls and boys. And that's been 30...
Yeah, let's not talk our age.
Okay, we won't mention our age.
We keep that.
We'll keep it a secret.
Yeah,
but for
yeah.
those out there, they know. Those
I asked you that question so people can know that you're not just Ventia, but you have the Ford genes in you. Being an athlete, you played the sport softball with it. So you just for all intents and purposes bringing back some of the knowledge and giving back to the young kids from our country.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Give back from my true love. I mean, softball is my true love.
You
my
still
number
play?
one sport.
Not even Park League and nothing like that?
No, I used to play a few years ago when I resided in Virginia. I was on a co-ed team. But when I transitioned to Texas, having a family now,
Yeah.
after having my daughter, sometimes things shift a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still watch the sport. I still stay engaged
Okay.
with what is going on.
Okay.
I do a lot of other activities too that keep myself
Wonderful.
active.
So before I let you go, let's talk about. So this is the Venti Ford Sports Foundation, and on Monday you have,
The Winners Camp.
and it begins at.
It will start at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
It's a full day camp, so from 9 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Check-in will be as early as 8:30. So
Okay.
between 8:30 and 9 o'clock is when everyone can arrive. Kids will all be checked in, and then we'll start our day.
And we have a good mix of academics
Correct?
and sports.
Yes.
And show how it marries together, that you
Correct.
need your academics to get to where you want. The sports will get you looked at for the college, but the academics is what gets you in.
Absolutely. And then the goal is really to show each and every kid what a successful mindset looks like, what success looks like academically, what it looks like athletically.
Super.
So really to just instill and enforce in the young youth that you need both and that they can do both. Even though they may feel defeated academically, well, let's show them some ways and means on how you can get your academics to the level of your athletics so that you can succeed.
Wonderful. So good to have you here.
Absolutely.
I wish you the best and look forward to hearing from you for your future events.
Yes.
Don't be a stranger. Let us know what's going
Yes.
on, and we'll be more than happy to promote it for you.
Yes, thank you so much.
So
Thank you
my
for having
special
me.
guest, Ventia Ford, here to talk about the Winners Camp beginning on Monday at St. Agnes. And you can register today up until today and tomorrow up until 6 p.m. And if you can't do on the computer, stop by the Ford Breakfast in Windsor Park until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes, correct. correct.
Thank you so much. This has been Pearly on the Talking Heads Thursday. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we can talk a little bit of sports. We get some sad news in sports. Oh, my daughter just won last night, so I'm very happy. And we'll have the final 15. We'll be right back.
Your side of JP. Your side of JP. Going down Baby Road. Going down Baby Road.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning up. Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud, cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. Everyone's chasing the crunch. Don't be the one who missed it. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Going through tires faster than a hot knife through butter. One wheel going left, one wheel going right. While the car crying and trying to go down the road, get your wheels aligned. Muffler World will set you on the straight and narrow in no time with computerized wheel alignment. And since the car is up already on the rack, take them 100 tires off and get some new ones. Muffler World on Mackey Street got that computerized wheel alignment and brand new tires.
Looking for tech solutions without the hassle? Since 1941, the Armory Company has been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From access control and cloud video surveillance to smart home setups and laptop repairs, we handle it all. Need a repair? We've got you covered, no matter where you bought it. Can't find what you need? Call us at 397-1600 for a custom solution. Visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street with delivery to all family islands. The Armory Company, where your tech problems meet their match.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
A little boy running around the yard. I used to hear the older men talking by the bar. They talk about the things they did when they were young and strong, and how things are better now than it was before. I didn't understand what they meant back then.
And welcome back to our Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio. It's so good to have Bentia here to talk a little bit about Winners, the camp they're doing on Winners Camp on Monday. It's in Agnes in the name of Benty Ford, one of our great Bahamians who represented the Bahamas, who represented the 242 in the major leagues. Short stint with the Atlanta Braves, but we're so happy that she was here with us. So happy that we were able to get into that. Boy, today I got some bad news. And those of us who are wrestling fans. And you know, I've been a huge wrestling fan from Jack Briscoe in the NWA all the way through. And today we found out that one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Hulk Hogan, passed today. They said he had a cardiac arrest. I guess he had a heart attack. And it's amazing. It's amazing that, you know, you look forward to when he comes on, and saying the Hulkamaniacs and what the Hulks is talking about, and when he ripped off that shirt and flex, and then he do that air things ahead with who people on each side of the ring and all that. I mean, we're not getting into whether wrestling is real or not. All right, let's leave that piece alone. But at this point, I just wanted to remember the great Hulk Hogan, and watched him for years, and he was the first headliner for WrestleMania, I think back in 1985. Great entertainer, exciting. People got excited. Riveting effect that he had on the wrestling world and WWE, WWF, NWA. I remember when they came with the New World Order, they all were in black. It was amazing. It was amazing. People look forward to when he came on. You know what? I got more excited about the rhetoric, the talk, than the actual wrestling, because we know about wrestling. But I rather the dialogues, the fuss, when somebody ran into the ring and attack and get all excited and all that. And I had a grandmother, she never missed wrestling on Saturdays. And I had an aunt in West Palm Beach who never missed wrestling. So on my mother's side, my grandmother, on my daddy's side, my aunt. I mean, and I love going to Palm Beach in the summers and going to the arena there to the wrestling matches and enjoying it. And going to the Nassau Stadium here to see wrestling, and Tyree Pride and Hacksaw Butch Reed and the Nasty Boys and all that. So wrestling has lost an icon, probably, if not considered, probably the greatest wrestler or the greatest entertainer in wrestling history, the great Hulk Hogan. I pray for him, his family. It's a sad day in the wrestling world, and it's a sad day in those of us who are wrestling fans. God bless him, and God bless him. May he rest in peace and rise in glory. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Yeah, big brother. What's going on?
What's up, Muff? What's happening, Muff?
Yeah, my condolences too, man, to the Hulkster boy. Hulkster. I didn't go into my jaw and take out one of them old beer singlet and tear it open from the chest.
You sure I did? Yeah?
Yeah, man. And a tribute to
Hulk Hogan, yeah, man. I mean, it's lovely he tear that shirt off and the crowd went crazy.
Biggest entrepreneur, dude. He sell the most wrestlers. He sell the most lunch tents and backpacks toys and bathroom towel and sheet and everything.
Yeah,
but Burns.
Yes, sir.
Man, I see why the WNBA players had to be in can on like that during the All-Star with them shirts and everything, man. Come on now. I was so shocked Monday night to find out the biggest star in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, is only makes $78,000 a year.
They don't make no money. They don't make no money. They make money off endorsements.
Endorsement time go up for State Farm.
Yeah.
Man, but clearly in the NBA, the dumb little young boys who just wipe up the sweat with the towel is make more than $78,000 a year, man. Some young boys who just when you yuck off the sweatsuit, they snap off and pick them up and fold them up and put them in their chair. They just make more than $78,000 a year. The cheerleaders start at 6 digits.
Yeah.
So come on, man. They say the owners making billions, and then they only even paying them that. I see. Yeah, I ain't blame y'all, but they rowing. Angel Reeves and all them, I ain't blame y'all, but y'all might have to strike someone and all.
I don't know, but see, the thing about it too is while I don't know, I understand. Pearlie was always one that believed in paying the stars the money because people come in to watch them play. But you can't broke yourself now, or you can't bankrupt yourself. You have to be able to pay them what you can afford. They should all be making much more money. But just this year they were flying commercial. I think this year or last year they were now starting to charter planes or getting private jets. They take them. They were catching Delta Airlines and United and American Airlines and not Bahamas.
I remember that. I thought sports had a minimum wage. I thought at least $1 million a year.
No, each league has a minimum wage. Major League Baseball minimum wage is $700,000. So each league, I think basketball maybe around there, somewhere around there. But each league have its minimum wage. So I think the WNBA need to look at what their profit margins are and what they can afford. They're looking to expand. They're looking to expand another 4 teams. I think by 2031. So the next 5 years.
Yeah, well, then they have to do something with that, man. Yeah, but they bring in more fans to the game and making it more exciting, and the stadium's getting followed more, seats getting more expensive. So they have to renegotiate that and deal with them, man. But that's really too low. To me. That's too low. Thank God for the endorsement.
Yeah.
Now, your boy, Tyree, apologies accepted, Tyree. Yeah, man.
You accept his apology,
He's focused now, man. He's more mature. Nothing less than a Super Bowl this year and a championship ring and everything like that now. Yeah, man. Apology accepted, Tyree.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
you accepting the apologies, eh?
Yeah, I accept it, man. He's more focused now. Like he said, he's serious now, and he's more mature and everything now, and everything. And he apologized for talking, but he want to leave and all of that and everything, and So but we then had an injury in training camp yesterday, right?
But defensive lineman, I think, or something like that. We lost. We lost a cornerback.
Yeah,
We lost a cornerback.
On the O-line, I think, or something.
We lost. It was a cornerback because I remember the Dolphin Nation was talking about it, saying we're really thin enough as it is to lose someone.
Oh, okay. And probably Norman Paul, but that's a good pickup for us for the Miami Heat, boy.
You like that pickup?
I like that, man. I love that. See, we rebuilding.
See you later, Jimmy. See you later, alligator. That's what you said.
Jimmy who? Jimmy who? Yeah, but see you later, come on.
All right, my brother. You take care of yourself now. All right. Okay. Call you on there. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Pretty. What's going on, man?
Hey, ready, my brother. What's happening?
Not bad. Pretty don't make a contribution on this NBA salary thing, man.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like other people like to talk about the league operating at a loss and thing, right? But then they need to realize that the players is the product. And there's precedence on how you pay the players.
See,
it's percentage of the revenue.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I said, Jenny. Look at the money, the profit level. Now, mind you, I believe
not the profit. Now, the profit to me, the profit ain't the revenue. The revenue is the revenue.
Well, the revenue.
In other words, you got to first determine the value. I mean, not the value, but how do you determine how to play the players? You think that's been set to the revenue. You can't change it when it comes to the ladies league.
Yeah.
In other words, you say you got to buy a can of paint to paint the stadium. Right? Well, how are you going to determine the cost of that? Depend that have something to do with your profit. Understand what I said?
No. Hear what I'm trying to say now. Understand what I'm trying to say. I believe in paying the players. Like and if it's true that Caitlin Clark only making $78,000, that's criminal. That's insane because people come in to see her play, whether you like her or not. Whether I think it would, but I think about her. People coming to see her play. She should be paid that money because she's generating the revenue for that team, even the team that the Viva are visiting.
Teams have a salary cap, so when the salary cap is tied, the salary structure is tied to the revenue. Yeah, it ain't tied to the profits because the profit. Them teams don't make no profit every year. They make profits when they sell.
Yeah,
you spend $1 billion right now, and you know what I mean. A team spend $1 billion. Come on now. When they make up, then that $1 billion become a profit.
Listen to me. The Dodgers printing money. They are printing money. They paying Shohei Ohtani $70 million a year, and they making close to $100 million out of Japan alone. So some teams are printing money. People coming to see them play. The Japanese spending all that money because they want Ohtani's jersey. They want his cap. They want his picture. They want that. They want to see Caitlin Clark. When they come, they want to see Caitlin Clark. So if you making millions of dollars because of Caitlin Clark playing for you, then you pay her that money.
And it don't matter whether you may lose money somewhere else in operations. It still should be their pay should still be, according to the revenue.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they are the product.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're the best in the world.
I agree.
Come on. You're trying to enslave them girls, man. Those ladies.
Yeah, but that's why you should pay them. Man. Come on,
pay
man.
them same as the NBA.
I don't know. No, I don't know if you pay them the same as the NBA.
Yeah, the same percentage of the revenue.
No,
so
but
automatically,
percentage.
Then the revenue will be higher.
Okay, percentage. Yeah, I understand.
A percentage of the revenue. They have to be paid the millions to the players. They want a percentage of the revenue.
I bet you on that.
Revenue is the revenue. The revenue have nothing to do with the profits.
I bet you on that.
You see? Anyway, thanks.
All right, brother. It's so good to hear you. So good to hear from you. Thank you for calling. I agree. Like I always say, I'm the type of person that think you should pay the players. People coming to see them to pay. Call you on there. How you doing?
Polly, well, on that situation just a little. What people must understand now,
the women NBA ain't like the NBA. So don't talk where they should get the same salary because that is unheard of. You can't. Or you can pay them. They just start making little revenue now. Or you can pay them $300 million and then you don't got that kind of money.
No, I'm not disputing that.
So,
I'm not
so I
disputing
remember
that.
the last call he said.
No, he said pay them. He said pay them in percentage. All right. He's saying pay them in line with the NBA. Not the same money, pay them in the percentage of the revenue. If the NBA players get $1 or they get 50 cents on every dollar, then you pay the WNBA players 50 cents on every dollar. Of course, the NBA can be more money because they generate more revenue. That's what the tech caller was saying.
Yeah, if it's along those lines.
Yeah, he's not.
I agree with that.
You ain't gonna pay Caitlin Clark $50-some million like you paying LeBron James. No, they ain't generating that kind of revenue to afford that. Okay.
Yeah, and
but she should be making more than $78,000 for real.
Yeah, just remember now, while you're talking about Ohtani, the greatest player in baseball today is Judge.
Nobody. Where you get that from? Where you get that from?
That ain't available,
Hold on a minute.
Aaron Judge is the greatest player in baseball globally.
He's not. He don't even generate. He don't even generate.
Show me why he's not.
Because he can't do what Shohei Ohtani can do.
What Ohtani is doing that he can't do?
Pitch.
So what?
Pitch. A pitcher.
When Ohtani pitch and win again.
He been hurt and he's coming back off an injury.
I said, no.
First of all, hold on a minute. Sanzi, hold on a minute. That's an open-ended question. Don't do that, man. Don't insult my intelligence like that, bro. You know better than that. No, hold on. Let me talk. Hold on a minute. Shohei Ohtani was an A1 pitcher up until he had Tommy John surgery. He's coming back off Tommy John surgery. The Dodgers are using him in India. They're upping his innings every time he pitch. It ain't about July for the Dodgers with him, It's about September and October. So, no, he has not won, but he has pitched well. Every time he's pitched, he has pitched well. He's pitched 3 and he's not out because he has not been they have not allowed him to stay in the game that long. But what Shohei Ohtani does, no other player in baseball does. He's a two-way player. He bats for average, he bats for power, he can steal bases, which Judd can't steal like him, and he's a pitcher. Let's be honest, man. You're a Yankee fan and you like Judd. I understand that. I understand.
Like I said, Judge is not going to steal the amount of bases like Ohtani.
Okay then. And Judd has dropped balls in center field during the World Series.
On base percentage, in terms of hitting, in terms of average, he's by far. There's no question in my mind.
Well, the good thing about it is, it's only your mind we worrying about on that one.
No, not in my mind. I said statistic about.
No, man, you going by his stats this season. You're going by his stats this season because he's up there. But if you go in as an overall player and take all avenues in it, Ohtani's the better player. Everybody knows that. He's a two-way player. Nobody else doing that. Don't take that away from him.
I ain't taking away. I'm saying.
And if you poll baseball people in America, they will tell you Shohei Ohtani is the best player.
Well, the reason why I asked you that, I'm saying when he could pitch 6-7 innings and he could win a game, then we could talk. But until he could do that, I don't want to hear nothing but pitcher. Because anybody could put a pitcher and let him pitch 3 or 4 innings.
Yeah, no, come on. But if you're a real baseball fan, like you say you are.
Relievers doing that, man. I'm a real baseball guy.
So if you're a real baseball fan, then you know what the Dodgers doing with him. They're bringing him back slowly to have him ready for October. You know that. So don't do that. You know that. And if you're a baseball fan and you know that, why are you being disingenuous with me right now?
I'm being disingenuous.
Yes, you are. You know what they're doing. You being up. Oh, he only pitched 3 innings. Yeah, because the Dodgers are bringing him back slowly. The Dodgers with him is to have him batting. That's the most important thing. 50-50 club. You know how to play in the 50-50 club? You know that? Have a wonderful day, my brother. What'd you say?
Ohtani ever hit 60 home run?
He ain't hit 60 yet. But he was close to this year. Judd, has Judd ever stolen 50 bases?
Judd's gonna hit
has Judd ever stolen 40 bases?
No.
So when you do that, let's have that conversation again.
All
right, my brother. I love when you have this Yankee Dodger. That's what it's about. When we have these Yankee Dodger arguments, this is what it's about.
Because they're the two man franchise in baseball.
Yeah.
All right.
Text says, it says, Pearly, the only star that is supposed to be making above average is Caitlin Clark. You got to be crazy. People coming to see people like Asia Wilson and all them two texts, though. Because if it wasn't for her, no one would be watching the WNBA. Picture it like this. The other girls are the supporting cast, and Caitlin Clark is the star. The last time I checked, Angel Reese was making money off advertisements, so she don't need WNBA money. No, she don't. And if they paid the WNBA stars what they owed, then the WNBA stars would actually owe the league. Listen. The WNBA has been a growing league for 20 years. Caitlin Clark has come there last year and helped take the league to another level, as did Angel Reese. The Angel Reese was a major factor in the WNBA's popularity as well as Caitlin Clark. The reason why you're not pushing Caitlin Clark is because that little light skin she got there, and you're trying to make it a Larry Bird. But that ain't happening, all right? That ain't happening. Her average is down. Her scoring is down. They're showing she's human because she's has to do with getting to her. So let's wait and see what goes on, okay? But I agree that she should be paid above average. I agree that she should be making much more money because people are coming to see Caitlin Clark play. They are coming to see Asia Wilson play. They are coming to see Angel Reese play. They are coming to see Brianna Stewart play. So, yes, they should be paid more. I agree. Let's get into the picks. What are we picking today? Let's see what we're picking today. We're gonna do 3 WNBA and 3 MLB games today, okay? And as we look at it, we've got the 12 and 11 Las Vegas Aces against the 12 and 12 Indiana Fever in Indiana. And I think Caitlin is out, so I'm going to go with the Aces today, and I'm going to actually take the points, 1.5. We got the Sparks at the Connecticut Sun. The Sparks are starting to play a lot better basketball. A lot of their injured players are now back, and we're starting to see the real Sparks. All right, they're still 9-14 and playing against the 3-19 Connecticut Suns, but the Sparks are playing a lot more competitive basketball, and I'm going to take the Sparks and the points. The Seattle Storm, 10.5-point favorites over the Chicago Sky. The Storm is 14-10 Storm against the 7-16 Sky. I don't know what's going on with them. The only player, Ed Cardoso, is inconsistent. I don't know. So I'm gonna go with the Storm today, not the points, just the money line. The baseball, we've got Toronto Blue Jays at the Detroit Tigers. Laura against Olsen. I'm going to take the Tigers tonight. The Padres, Hugh Davis is back now. He hasn't looked good since he's been back, but against Sonny Gray, I'm going to take the Cardinals tonight. The Oakland Athletics at Houston, I'm going to take the Athletics. Then we've got the Mariners. One more. Let's do the last one. The Mariners at the Angels, and I'll take the Angels tonight. Kikuchi is pitching for them, and the earlier game, the Orioles beat the Guardians. That's it. Let's take this last caller before we go, Mr. I got an extra minute, so let's take this last caller. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
You again.
You got 30 seconds.
Yankee, right?
You're a Yankee, eh?
Right?
Uh-huh.
But I disagree with Sans, okay?
Oh, you have to...
cannot compare Judge with
Ohtani.
With Ohtani.
Okay.
Ohtani have like 37 home runs. So he basically matches Judge in home runs. And he is a pitcher as well, and a top pitcher.
A top pitcher.
So
and
you can't compare the two.
All right, I've been telling you that, but you know...
He's a threat at the plate and also in the mound.
And on the base.
My boy, but
and on the base.
With you, buddy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. Buddy. Honest Yankee fan there. Very honest Yankee fan there. Let's read this last text. Hey, Pearly, what is the Steelers say quarterback? Aaron Rodgers will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, barring any injuries. And John, he's not looking too bad. Folks, thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the texts. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. This has been a Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Nardi and MJ will be back tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Be safe on those roads.
Things are better now than it was before. I didn't understand what they meant back then. I'm a little older now. I think I comprehend when they say age ain't nothing but a number. You're just
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
He is the king of crunch, the master of flavor, and he's going to set your taste buds on fire with the new King Crunch sandwiches at Burger King Nassau. Crispy fried onions, pepper jack cheese, and bold chipotle sauce. Plus fixins, cut grilled beef patties on BK's new King Crunch sandwiches that are bigger, better, and bolder than anything around. And they're only available at Burger King Nassau. Try one today.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
I want to shift it. We're going to bring in Nick Wright. Haven't talked to him in a while. He's been at the World Series of Poker. First things first, Nick Wright joining us live. So I started the top of the show today with this topic. So a story comes out from The Athletic that LeBron is not going to take a mid-level exemption. He was not willing to do it, but he had his eyes on the Dallas Mavericks, which I have said I think Cooper's better than Austin Reeves as a young player. AD's better than DeAndre Ayton. They have a better bench, a better coach, and they have more depth. I think Dallas competes for the championship if LeBron shows up. Have to give up 3 first-round picks, Gafford, P.J. Washington, Max Christmas, but I think it'd be a really interesting team. But what's interesting to me is I said this. LeBron in 2016 or 2019 acknowledged, I'm chasing a goat. I'm chasing a ghost. He played for Chicago. He said, I think in his head, LeBron's like, listen, Michael's more beloved. Michael's net worth is $3.5 billion. Mine's $1 billion. I'm never going to catch him. And the truth is, I'm taking the money. I mean, that's the one. I got more points. My son made the league. I'm taking the money. That I do think there's a part of LeBron that he knows going back to Cleveland, that's a better roster for him. Going back to Dallas, Cooper, AD, coach, that's a better opportunity. But Michael's still in his head, and he's just going to take the money and bleed it out for another year in LA.
Okay. I think I disagree with every single piece of that. So let's go one by one. You did a very interesting, I don't know that I agree with you that next year Cooper Flagg will be already better than Austin Reeves. Maybe, but let's just say that's a push. Obviously, Anthony Davis, yes, is better than DeAndre Ayton. But there's one guy on the Lakers, I'm trying to remember who it was, who you didn't do the tit for tat with. Oh, yeah, Luka Doncic. So who's the guy on the Mavs that cancels out Luka Doncic on the Lakers? I'm just curious. And, as a crazy thought exercise, if you traded the best player on the Mavs, Anthony Davis, for Luka Doncic, what do you think the public reaction would be? Who won that trade? Or did somebody get concussed and it was the worst trade in NBA history? So there's that piece of it where if Kyrie were healthy, and then you could talk me into it. But I think Kyrie's going to miss certainly most, if not all, of next year. So anything to me is so wildly unfair. First of all, he's the only guy in the NBA that has ever asked of this. And we can say, well, he's made the most money. But all of the best players have made hundreds of millions of dollars. And LeBron last year finished 6th in MVP voting, got the 6th most All-NBA votes. And the fact that he makes slightly less than Zach LaVine makes me feel like he's at the very least unfairly compensated in his direction. Steph Curry, who LeBron, by every vote, all the awards, every metric, LeBron was better than last year, is the highest paid player in the league. No one has a problem with it. So there's that piece of it. There's the other piece of it, which is I think a lot of people are acting as if LeBron opted out and took the minimum and then won a championship, that we are all pretending that championship would not have been met with eye rolls and stacked the deck and fake title. All of LeBron's titles, by the way, Ray Allen saved him, Kyrie saved him, bubble championship, every LeBron championship, no matter the competition, no matter how well he's played, some folks have tried to put an asterisk on. If he took the minimum to go play for a team that won 64 games, people would definitively try to put an asterisk on it. So I don't think that there was a way for LeBron to do this where he was going to escape criticism. I also think that what is true is no one ever can have everything in life. And LeBron, because of the salary cap situation across the league this year, had to choose between $52 million or $5 million if he wanted to leave the Lakers and go to a contender. Leaving $47 million on the table is not appealing to anybody. And so I understand it. I'm also not 100% certain LeBron finishes the year as a Laker, but they've made some moves around the edges. Luka will be great. They will be contender-ish, and you'll see how they look at the deadline.
So I'm going to throw this. I know you're not a huge college football fan, but you have a great sense of history. And
sure,
if you look at the NIL, Nick Saban can't go back to college because you're asking your boosters now to raise $20 million a year for NIL, and you'd have to pay Nick $60 million, and you'd have to buy out your coach for $40 to $50 million. He's not going to Bama. He's not going to any of these schools, Michigan. There's just no way that colleges they can't, outside of Texas, nobody can afford to do that, and Sark's going nowhere. But I do think 6 coaches a year get fired. Coordinators are at best a coin flip. That if I was Cleveland and got the number 1 pick, and they're in the running for the worst team, I would draft Arch Manning, I would hire Nick Saban. Tell me if you ran a team in this league or owned it, you would not call 73-year-old Nick Saban. I floated it last week, even will take an NFL call. Do you believe that? Would you hire him?
Oh, I definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't know that he would definitively be my number 1 choice first phone call because Mike Tomlin might be available after this year. I'm just picking that name out of the hat. But you know what I mean? There's very often there's a really good coach who just kind of time has passed at his destination who comes available. So I'm not saying Nick Saban would be the number 1 candidate for every job, but the idea that your take was a hot take, I think, is ridiculous. Age notwithstanding, he clearly has the energy, the attention to detail, the football mind, and I do think that what NIL has done is it has leveled the playing field in as much as if Saban went back to college, his historic recruiting prowess would be muted to a degree in a way it wasn't while he was stacking up national championships at Auburn. So, yeah, I mean, you mentioned, I'll throw a different one at you that is same state, different team. If this coming year goes the way I think it might for Cincinnati, I think Nick Saban's an interesting idea there. Where a team, it's like, listen, got to coach up the defense, got to have someone to actually have as big of a voice in the organization as the owner, got to clean up some of the nonsense going into years they deal with that related, and let Joe and Jamar handle the offense. Like almost offload the offense to them. You handle the details, finding some of the edges in young players from the college game that you're very aware of their skill set, and coach up the defense, because the only point that you made that I kind of disagree with is if I'm Nick Saban and I want to do this, I'm not that interested in a studs to the top-down rebuild. I'm much more interested in I've got 3 or 4 years. Let me see if I can have a contender immediately. I think the Bengals, who if they miss the playoffs again, probably will be looking for a new coach. I think they could be an attractive one.
So now living in Chicago, and by the way, taking the train Monday through Friday.
I know. Yeah. Man of the people. Man
Thank
of the
you.
people. Nobody loves Chicago more than Colin Cowherd in July. Very excited for the November update. Very excited. Hey, I took the train today. I'm covered in salt. I slipped on the ice. There's no palm trees. Again, I'm rooting for you, buddy. But it's been a long time since you were a rustic Midwesterner, about 30 years. So just wait and see. Go ahead.
So I'm thinking about Caleb Williams. If you turn on radio in Chicago, it's Cubs and Caleb Williams. And I still have misgivings about ownership. I don't know if I love Ryan Poles, but I like Ben Johnson. I think the roster is pretty good, probably middle of the pack around Green Bay. If I had to say, you're pretty good at this. You're mathy. If I said, project how the season goes, we can put the schedule up, is that you've always been pretty good at kind of guessing how things work over the course of a season. And I've said, listen, he's too talented. Everything he makes mistakes at is coachable. Like pocket presence. Well, we've seen Lamar Jackson grow. Accuracy. We've seen Josh Allen grow. All of his problems are solvable. When I give you this schedule, I want you to do a little fortune teller here. What do you think it looks like with Caleb Williams? Because I think that there are so many variables in how this thing could turn out. Because Chicago's a big, loud, football-loving city, and if he struggles early, Nick, you know this city, it could go sideways fast in public opinion.
But I think it goes the opposite.
Okay.
I think they have success early. I think they're 3-1 going into the bye and feeling quite good.
Okay.
I think that next group of games, they go, call it 2-2 in that next little quarter of the season. So that would put them at 5-3. You then have a tough 5-game stretch. Say they go 2-3 in that, they're 7-6. And then down the stretch of the season, a note on why I think this, I'll explain in a second. I think they go 10-7, 11-6, and I think that can win the division because I think the sub-story about when we're talking about the Bears is what about the Lions? And I've said this for years during the season that I was not going to continue. During the year, every year, there is a team that we think is going to be awesome that struggles, and we're like, what's different? And then we're like, oh, man, they lost both of their coordinators. That's hard for teams to deal with. That's the Detroit Lions. Also, the Lions, whose biggest strength has been their offensive line since Goff and Campbell have been together.
Yeah.
Their guard-center-guard combo going into this season might be one of the weakest in the league. If there's one way to make Lions Jared Goff turn into late and early stage Rams Jared Goff, it's pressure up the middle. All of that, plus those back-to-back absolutely gut-wrenching playoff defeats, I could see the Lions dropping from 15 wins to 10 wins.
Yeah.
So, listen, I think the Bears' defense is going to be a work in progress. I think the offense is instantly going to be much, much better because Caleb will be better and because Ben Johnson will be worlds better from a play design, play calling standpoint they had last year. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the Bears win the division, and I certainly expect them in the playoffs. Like, Caleb is too talented, and Caleb is too, I think the creativity is a good thing to not be a very good NFL quarterback. I thought very good was the floor, and I thought all-time great was the ceiling. One mediocre year is not going to push me off that. So I think the Bears are quite dangerous this year, Colin. Now, I did pick them to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe I'm wrong again, but...
Well, I do think Detroit's the one great team last year that has pullback potential based on your thoughts. Yes. I also think J.J. McCarthy is a complete and utter wild card, and if it's average... Well, you're just battling Green Bay, who PFF said yesterday, or it was ESPN's data team said, Packers, Bears, 14th, 15th best rosters. So there's not a big gap in personnel there. Nick Wright, first things first. As always, buddy, great seeing you.
You as well. Good to see you, Colin.
All right.
Do-a-nanny, 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 how you do? Yeah, do-a-nanny, do. Do-a-nanny, 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 how you do? Yeah, do-a-nanny, do. Going down by my road, going down by my road, going down by my road, I can't look nobody. Don't 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 look nobody. I ain't gonna lick nobody. I ain't gonna lick nobody. I ain't gonna lick nobody. Cause I got guinea corn hominy. Yes indeed. Stew shot and Johnny cake. Guinea corn hominy and lard. You must get some of that. Listen, I watch these fellas coming around here ordering these big time dish they talking, but steak and all them kind of thing and thing like that. Well, let me tell you, I know them long time. I know when they used to go in the bush, catch a couple of crab, carry it home, get out the old iron pot in the back of the yard on tree rock, boil them crab, get a little bit of flour, cook it half done, and eat crab fat and dough. Yeah, now they around here talking, but steak and thing. Listen, you should hear them when they ordering these big time drink talking, but zombie and slow gin fizz and thing. I don't get it. At home, squeeze them in one of them old peaches can, half full of water, throw a little sugar in that and drink sweet. Yeah, that's right. Listen, I know them long time. Listen, let me tell you, you gotta get some old yam and some old pumpkin, some old sweet potatoes, some old cabbage, some old carrots, and some old salt beef and old dry conch. You throw that in the pot, among some peas, let that boil down together. Then you get 1 pound of flour, throw it in 1 pound, throw some salt and water, and that mix it up with your hand. Boom! Pea soup and dough, boy. That's right. Listen, let me tell you, I'm a native son, you see. I know